Hello Pokemon fans, it's Raikou here, and last week I decided that I would do my top 5 favorite Pokemon, so let's get started. Alright, in the number 5 position we have Rhyperior. I've always loved Rhyperior's form. I always thought he was a really cool Pokemon. Ever since I saw Rhyhorn, I was like, oh wow, that's a pretty cool Pokemon. And then I evolved my Rhyhorn into Rhydon, and then I couldn't figure out how to evolve into Rhyperior, and then I gave it this protector, traded it with my brother, and boom, Rhyperior. And ever since that day, I've been loving Rhyperior. I love how he looks. He just looks like a really strong, powerful Pokemon. And even in the anime and in the DS game, you can tell that he is an extremely powerful Pokemon. When Ash battled one with his Groudle, I think he lost. I'm not positive though, but I know he did have a difficult time beating it. Alright, number 4 is Metagross. Now, I know what comment section is going to say, oh, you only like Metagross because he has now a new Mega Evolution. Well, I do love his Mega Evolution, but that's not why I liked him. In the Pokemon movie Destiny Deoxys, she was one of the trainer's Pokemon, and I always thought that Metagross was a really cool Pokemon ever since I saw that movie. And so ever since then, I've been just, oh wow, this is a really cool Steel type. I'm going to try to get it in each game. So in almost every game I've played except for Heart Gold, Soul Silver, I've gotten a Metagross and trained it. Alright, next, number 3, Torterra. I've always liked Torterra just because it always looked like a really strong ground type and grass type. It's probably one of the only grass type starters forms that I actually like other than Sceptile. I love how it looks. I love its form, period. I love how it just looks like a strong Pokemon. Even if you don't train it, it looks like a strong Pokemon. Alright, number 2 is Kyurem. Ever since I started playing Black-White, I've always just kept thinking, Kyurem's not all that cool, but when Black 2 came out and he could change form into Light or Black Kyurem, I've always loved him. And I love the idea of the DNA splicer as well, how you had to use that to transform him. And I think he's always just been a really cool Pokemon, because, I mean, yes, he's just like an odd Pokemon in general. He's the Dragon Ice, and Ice counters Dragon types, so it just doesn't make sense for him to be that kind of type of Pokemon. But, I mean, with White Kyurem and Black Kyurem, like, I think it's Fire and Ice and then Electric and Ice. I'm not sure though. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comment section. Yeah, I mean, I just love Kyurem in general. I think it's a cool idea that he takes in Reshiram and Zekrom and turns it into himself. Yeah, I just think Kyurem is an overall cool Pokemon. Now, an obvious choice for number 1 is Raikou. I have always loved Raikou. In Heart Gold, he was the first legendary I encountered in the wild, and I always thought he was just like the coolest electric type Pokemon ever. And ever since then, kind of like with Metagross, I've always had one in each of my games except for Black 1, just because I didn't have any games to trade. But I've loved Raikou. I love how he's kind of like a tiger, saber-toothed tiger thing. I think he's like part of the dog thing. I'm not quite sure why. To me, he kind of looks like a cat, but whatever. Yeah, I've just always thought Raikou was this really cool, powerful electric type, and he has always been. And now I see that he's starting to become more popular in different movies and stuff, such as Zork and what's it called? The one where Zork takes over the town and stuff by that evil guy, like, oh, Zork, Master of Illusions. In that movie, I just thought it was really cool that they used a shiny Raikou instead of just a regular Raikou. And, yeah, I mean, Raikou is a pretty cool Pokemon in general as well. Thanks for watching. Please leave comments below. anything at all. I don't really care. Just please leave me stuff, info. I guess, yeah. What you thought of the video, how I could improve on my next video. I'm going to be starting playing Heart Gold Soul Silver version and doing a game walkthrough with that. So just leave me comments about how I can make that series good and how I can possibly make these kind of videos better as well. Yeah, well, thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.